Okay, that's all well and good. That's content, and that's how we're going to connect with our diaspora, through the great content that we have. But how are they going to find us? So the important thing we have to do is we have to identify that diaspora and connect with them. How are we going to do that? Well, as Mark was saying about the amount of people online on these social media networks, 1.5 million on Facebook in Ireland alone, 400 million on Facebook, but there's lots of other social media networks. We'll pull the diaspora from these profiles, be it Facebook, YouTube, China Ren, vast social networks, Orkut, vast in Brazil as well. We will delve into those and we'll start searching out where our diaspora is and connect with them. But we also need help from you, our partners, because you've an audience, you've a constituency that we can't talk to directly, but you can. You can make them aware of Gateway Ireland and pull them in. And when we get them in, we get them to sign up, we get them to join, we get them to become a member. And as they become a member, they start giving us more information about themselves. And then we can start feeding them content that is more relevant and applicable to them. So, in a sense, that comes to the second and probably the most exciting stage, is when we get the diaspora then to connect with each other. But how do we do that? Well, how we do that is we encourage them to tell us more about themselves through Facebook Connect, through LinkedIn, through our own homegrown sites like Rendezvous 353 or Weedle. We filling out their own profiles and we pull them in. We can start helping them. We can start creating results from those connections. So, for example, if we take somewhere out in our diaspora, Yingmei Liang from Taiwan is looking to study English. So she comes to Gateway Ireland and she goes to the education pillar and she sees there's a number of institutions studying English, but she doesn't know anything about them. But what she does is through our live feeds is she connects with Taiwanese people who have already studied English. And what does she get? Hopefully, she gets very positive feedback on them. The result, and this is the most important thing, Yingmei is now studying English in Ireland. And she's now part of our diaspora. Let's take another random one, which would be more Irish-based. Joe Fitzpatrick lives in Buenos Aires as an expat where he emigrated, loves GAA. He's subscribing to our sport pillar to pull the feeds about GAA. And remember, he's probably subscribing to, say, Tanta Sports that we're aggregating, or RTE Sport. He's also getting involved with the Twitter feeds, watching the matches that are commenting on the matches they go as well. Then he hears that the GA are supporting the setting up of GA clubs outside of Ireland. He applies for the funding and is successful. The result being Joe Fitzpatrick is now running the Argentinian GAA club in Buenos Aires with a number of other expats. Now, imagine if we take those examples and start applying it to the thousands, in fact, millions of people of people in the Irish diaspora, that they have problems that we can solve, that they want to connect with each other. Think what would happen if we facilitate those connections. Or better still, connect them with people that they are looking for. Think of how powerful it would be to mobilize that diaspora across all our pillars with one common link binding them all. It's a sense of heritage and a sense of belonging. And the exciting thing is we can do this on a global scale, as John was suggesting, in new territories through electronic embassies, in Brazil, in Russia, in India and China, empowering those abroad to create communities of Irish interest globally, helping each other, solving each other's problems. The one thing I will stress about this is not about technology. This is simply about harnessing technology to do what we have done, what we've always done, which is to connect with each other, communicate with each other, to help each other on a human level as human beings to solve problems for the good of our community. And this is Gateway Ireland.